Get a missing, baby. We're gonna have this social media, this conversation tonight, baby. Let's rock. Damn. What? What? Nova, what's the deal, dog? You said I gave you the wrong apartment. You didn't give me an address. You didn't give me an apartment. Then you listen, man. You got to get it together. I'm like, do you want a shirt or not? I don't have an address. I don't have a street. I don't have a street number. I don't have a state. I don't have a city. I don't have a P.O. box. I don't have nothing. All you said was, I gave you the wrong apartment number. I'm like, apartment number? Gotta get it together. I'll send you the shirt, cat. I got ya. No problem. So tonight on the Daily Go Get a Business Show, we are talking about this is my page. If you don't like it, you can keep on scrolling. So we actually going to have some fun tonight. We're going to talk about social media. We're going to talk about social media. We got to have this little talk. We got to have this little conversation about social media. Social media is out of control, but is it really out of control to the point where you don't want to deal with it anymore? Whether we like it or not, whether we accept it or not, whether we look at it the same way or not, social media is a very large part of our lives, our daily lives nowadays. It's right there on your phone. It's different than when most people used to go and access social media on their computers, on their PCs, their laptops and things like that. Now that everything is pretty much digital, everybody has it on their phone. We went from regular flip phones and whatever to smartphones, and smartphones had the apps, and the apps have gotten updated and they've got upgraded, and now we can do everything on our phones and tablets that we were able to do on our laptops and our desktops. In the early days of the internet, desktops and laptops ruled the day. That day has passed. We are in a different era. Well, what are we going to do? Are we up to speed? Are you? Is it all right with you? I'm good to go. My name is Son. You can call me O. years ago, I would only let you call me son. Now, but things changed. Switched around and rearranged. I'm glad that y'all came by. Please hit the like button, say hi. Tonight we got something hot. Yeah, real hot. Everything is gonna be alright. Hump day, Wednesday night. Keep your ears filled and your eyes. We gonna make it rise. That's like the sun. Yeah, and we good to go. Daily Go Get 'Em is a show. Hit the like button, share. Let the algorithm hit 'em here. Get into the poll question. Yeah, we gonna teach you some lessons. Y'all good? Yeah. Word up. Yeah. What? Yeah. Here we go, y'all. What? So, welcome to the Daily Go Get 'Em Show. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this the daily. It's the Daily Go Get 'Em Show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be all right. We talking about a little social media tonight. This is my page, and if you don't like it, yo, keep on scrolling, keep on rolling. This is my page. If you don't like it, you can keep on scrolling. You came on my page just hating. Yeah, and you was just waiting. Being all crazy and disrespect. What we doing now? Yeah, yo, keep your hate to yourself, baby. All right, let's go. So we're gonna get into this thing. We're going to get into this thing. Let's have this conversation tonight. Let's get this thing like the sun shining bright. So, don't let the title mislead you, because the title might be a little misleading, but it might be a little bit real. We're talking about, this is my page. If you don't like it, keep scrolling. This is my page. If you don't like it, keep scrolling. I don't care. This is not my struggle. This is not my thing. What I really want to talk about tonight is how social media has infiltrated our lives, has shaped our lives, and maybe even driving our lives nowadays. A lot of us are in denial of the power of social media and how it works and what it does and how it can take control of certain situations and thought processes and things like that. And I totally understand people's denial of it. I understand people's resistance to it. But I also understand people's addiction to it, the lure of it, and how you can get caught up into thinking that something that may be a little illusionary, how it can be construed or misconstrued as being the new reality. I'm not going to say that it's all fake, but I'm definitely going to point out where it's not real. That's all I do. That's all I do. Now, contrary to popular belief with a lot of people, YouTube is just as much of a social media platform as anything else. It's the same as a Facebook or Twitter or X or whatever they calling it now, or Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok. It's all the same shit. And what makes it social media is the fact that we comment on live videos or in the comments, we interact with each other. We have the ability to respond to each other and go back and forth with each other. And we are subject to community guidelines and certain rules that will govern the way that we communicate with each other. Now, the truth of the matter is we are a bunch of people all around the world who do not know each other, who are frankly trying to get to know each other on a certain level. Or we take the liberty of thinking that we know people who we really don't know. We take the liberty of believing that we know people who we are talking to, and you might not even know what they look like, and you may not have up a photo of yourself either. So people don't know who they're talking to, and when people don't know who they're talking to, they have a tendency to talk all reckless and crazy to them. I don't know exactly why that is, but then again, I understand this. I totally understand the psychology of it. Hey, if nobody can see what you do, you may have a whole lot of ideas of how to stir up the pot and just sort of sit back and watch the carnage. It's like setting a house on fire and nobody saw you start the fire, and you're out there watching the firefighters put the fire out, and you're seeing the carnage and the wreckage and all of the debris and all of that. And you're there acting like you don't know who did it. Like, oh my goodness, this is terrible. This is crazy. Meanwhile, you're like, wow, look what I did. Look what I did. That's basically the tone of the troller. That's basically the tone of the troller. So what's going on, T Carry, right? Morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. And Nova. What up, Nova? What's good? No, but don't put your information here. Put it in the email where it belongs, my dude. Put it where it belongs. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Don't give out your information. And Michelle Holly, what's good? Or is that Michael? Is it like Michelle Holly? Or is it Michael? Or is that would be a strange way to spell Michael, wouldn't it? Nova says, my bad, bro. I don't know how to do this mail shit. Just write the information. Don't worry about it. I got you. Chicken dinner. What up, chicken dinner? What's good? What's good? And Michelle Holly says, social media changed a ton with people getting paid to post. It feels like it's more about likes and ads now instead of real connections. What do you think? I'm glad you said that, because you basically have tapped right into the essence of what this show is about tonight. I believe that, and that's why I asked the question, the poll question. With people getting paid now, with people getting paid to post videos and all of that, now everything is content. Everything is content. There's certain words that we just didn't use before that we use now. Before, we were just posting things, pictures, videos, thoughts, whatever. Now it's about content. And I'll tell you what, it's not content until you're getting paid. People who are not getting paid on social media are not talking about content. In the early days when it was so cool to have a website, you had your own website, you needed content. And that's what your website was for. You needed content so you could sell your products, drive traffic there, get paid. Now, and that was when, people had websites. You'll remember 2001, 2002, 3, 4, 5. It was a big deal. Like, you got your own website? Oh my God, you got a website? You got a website? Then social media came out, with the MySpace, the Black Planet, the MySpace. Some people consider AOL to have been to be social media. I still can't. Anyway, once MySpace came in and you saw what it was like to have your own website, except it was just a social media page. You weren't getting paid. Facebook came along, took over MySpace. I'll still never understand that. MySpace was so much better than Facebook. It really was. It was so much better than Facebook. You could, even though MySpace wasn't paying people for content that I'm aware of, but you were able to promote your music. They had they had what was it? MySpace Music. They had MySpace. They had like 3 different sections where you could push you could basically get your brand popping. I'll tell you some artists that really benefited from MySpace. Papoose. His music was pumping on MySpace. It was doing numbers. And I was like, Pap is dope. It was dope. People would come to your page. You know what I mean? You upload a song, had your song playing when they came to your page. Just had your song playing when they came to your page. Shirley Shaw, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Shirley Shaw, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. What's going on, my good to see me some you all the time. All the time. And Classic Snape. Adian Ramanuja Dasan. I got nothing. I don't even know if that's a different language. Cheryl Halsey. What's good? Cheryl Halsey is all up in the house. Good to see me some you. Constantly. So yeah, I definitely agree with you, Michelle Holly. I do. You know what I mean? And I hate to say it because I like for people to get their paper, but money changes everything, man. If you really want to water down something, put a bunch of money into it. Now, is it just me who feels that way? I don't know. But I know that anytime a movement is hungry or an artist or somebody is hungry, you get the good shit. You get the raw, you get the authenticity, you get the energy, you get that hunger, you get that wow, you get the uniqueness, you get this is nice. Soon as they blow up and they get sponsored and they start throwing a bunch of money at it, that's when you see everything get watered down. That's when you see shit get corny. That's when motherfuckers start concentrating more on aesthetics than the purity of their work or their their craft. You want to water down somebody's craft? Put millions of dollars into it. That shit is guaranteed to be ass after that. But it'll be ass to you because you liked it in its origination, and its originality, and its pure, that good shit. That's what you want. The public, they love that garbage. They love the bubble gum. They love the frills, the lights, and all of that. They gasp by that because the general public is all about clout chasing. The general public is all about clout chasing. And I know this for a fact. I don't have to guess on this. You know what I mean? Nobody can change my mind on it. Buttercup 25, what's good? Buttercup 25, what's good? Thanks for coming on through. Appreciate you. Yeah. When you really, some artists, my favorite artist for the last 12 years have been The Weeknd. Yo, he was like a dark Michael Jackson. He was like the goth Michael Jackson. He's what Michael Jackson could have been if he was a man. I mean, I ain't saying Michael Jackson wasn't a man, but I mean, if he wasn't doing that, if he wasn't trying to be the king of pop, even though I know the media labeled him that and not him, but he ain't had no problem with it. He sure didn't say, no, don't call me that. But the Weeknd shit was dark. He talked about fucking and drugs and violence and he was putting all of that shit in his song. I was like, this shit is dope. The beats were very gothic and you know what I mean? It was dark. His music was dark. It was damn near depression music, but I was like, this is some dope shit. Then he got clean. He cut his hair and he started selling millions of records. I was like, oh God. He just dropped the album. I'm like, this ain't it, Chief. Now, granted, he was a young boy when he came out with the trilogy album. He was a young boy, a three CD set. But I mean, the majority of them songs was mad dope, and it was all dark. And I don't even know what genre The Weeknd was. You couldn't say it was R&B. You definitely couldn't say it was pop. It wasn't rock. It was somewhere. It was somewhere with all that shit mixed in. Yeah, I think he had like, it was something like where Stevie Wonder meets Vincent Price. Some old crazy shit like that. Once he performed at the Super Bowl, I was like, even before then, I was like, his first album, fire. Second album, flames. Third album, okay, yeah. The fourth album, I was like, uh-oh. I see what's happening here. I see what's happening. Yeah, but that's still my man. That's still my man's. Still my man's. All right. Let me see. Are y'all talking yet? Are we having a conversation yet? TK Wright says because of the TikTok dances, he doesn't like that platform. That's how I feel about X and Instagram. IG had to grow on me, and I still don't use it. I don't like IG. Who are you talking about? Oh, Nova says, son, do you do oh fuck no. Nah, you got it right, TK. Nah, I don't fuck with no fuck TikTok. But TikTok. All right. This all right. This is how I feel about TikTok. I don't like it, but I don't like it because I don't like to have to post only pictures and videos. I don't like that. If TikTok had a way for me to write a post, I would like TikTok. That's the reason I like Facebook, because I can write what I think. When I go on TikTok, I gotta see a whole lot of reaction videos. I fucking hate reaction videos. I don't need your reaction. I can watch it myself. I don't care what you think of the video. I don't need you for that. But that's me. I want to rock my content. I don't want to do a video all the time. I don't want to post pictures, and I don't want to do no fucking voiceovers. Oh my God. When I tell you I hate voiceovers, I can't. I'll be like, I never liked lip syncing in my life, but I'm supposed to like this shit? Oh, but that's me. That's me. Yeah, and that's why I don't like Instagram. That's why I don't like Instagram. But here's what I can do with Instagram. I can go on, I can create a post to say what I want to say. I just have to make it into a picture and then upload it on Instagram. But the thing is, Instagram has these strange cropping. They got these small ass cropping parameters. So I gotta do a whole lot of I have to condense whatever I want to say on Instagram in a certain kind of way, because Instagram won't just post the whole fucking picture. Facebook will post the picture without you having to crop it, unless it's your profile picture. But yeah, I want to be able to write a post. I don't like Twitter because you can't see people on Twitter. Okay, I know what y'all mean. Like, yeah, you can you can upload pictures and stuff like that on Twitter. Don't nobody go to Twitter for videos and shit like that. Remember, you didn't used to be able to post videos to Twitter. You used to have to post links. So I used to be like, so people actually clicking on these links? What are you, serious? So no link preview, just the links. It's all good though. But nah, I'm good. I'm good. Nova's on myself. I could see him doing the WAP. You could see me doing the WAP every weekend in 1986. You could see me. Winter, fall and winter of 1986, you could see me doing the WAP. That was the only time when the WAP was out. Late 86 and a little bit of early 87. The WAP did not make it to summer of 87. Okay. Damn, you edits?
You have a call from Source.
Hold on a second. Ewing Edit says, what about the cringy dances? Oh my God, the cringy dances. Buttercup says, both of my pages, IG and Facebook, are professional accounts. I have so many haters that I chose not to put anything personal about my life on my pages. All content, period. People are nosy. Well, you spelled that like noisy, but we ain't gonna go into all that. The thing about it is this, because I'm gonna keep it a buck about social media. Everybody, and I mean every motherfucking body on social media, is in need of attention, and myself included. I'm not gonna try to exclude myself. So what you will do to get your attention is the only thing that separates you from somebody else. But you do not post anything on social media because you don't want people to comment on it and you don't want people to like it. If you really didn't want any engagement or you didn't want any attention on your post, you would turn off comments and just have people like your shit, and that would be it. But people don't do that. They'll do it Only when they are trying to when they're trying not to draw negativity. Like I see some people on Facebook or Instagram. No, not on Instagram. I'll see some you can turn off comments on Facebook. You can turn off comments on YouTube. So they know in their heart of hearts that they posting some fuck shit that's going to bring them a whole lot of questions and negativity, and people going to be dissing and all of that. So they'll be a smart ass and turn off comments. Like it's a power move. But everybody is looking for attention. So some people are looking for the kind of attention where they taking their clothes off, and they want that type of attention. What up, West? What's good? Thanks for coming on through. You know, some people want the smart. You know, I'm smarter than everybody content. Some people want the hey, look, I'm into politics. Trump is my guy. They want that kind of, they want that kind of smoke. They want that kind of attention. But everybody. And I've had this argument with people before. I'm like, well, listen, why did you post this shit? Why did you post it if you only wanted people who totally agreed with you to comment? Well, I'm saying, like sometimes I'm just posting stuff to be funny, and then people gotta come on here being all extra and being all serious. I'm like, so it's only freedom of speech when it agrees with you. Nobody can have a opposite, opinion or contrary opinion to what you're doing. But you posted this shit, and you thought that thousands of people potentially would all feel exactly how you felt because they've had the exact experience that you've had. That's why I named the show This Is My Page. You don't like it, keep scrolling. If it don't apply, let it fly. Walk on by. Walk on by. What up, MK Pat? So you got eyeliner on? No, I do not. I haven't heard that in a while. So I thought, yo, I actually posted a video. Yo, check it out. My video on how to shape your beard up, where I wash my face and my eyes are still dark. I don't know. It wasn't like this when I was younger, but it is now. But no, I'm not no bitch. I would never wear eyeliner. I would never wear mascara. I would never wear none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope you're not just trying to tell me that I got pretty eyes, sir. You know what I mean? Because you've come to the exact wrong place. You know what I mean? Please take that rainbow shit somewhere else. But it's all good. If you ain't on that type time, welcome to the show. All right. Michelle Holly says social media messed up personal interactions. It's funny you say that. Social media messed up personal interactions. I don't think it did. I don't think it did. And the reason that I don't think it did is because the beauty of social media that people are not giving enough credit to is the fact that you can fucking log off. People that you know in person, you can't log off their image. You can't make them shut up. You can't make them go away. People who have your phone number, your address, they know your mom, your brothers, your sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, they're your next door neighbors. You can't log them off. But everybody on social media, including me and everybody else in the chat, you can be like, sign out. And you can go back to the real world. So in that point, by that premise, yeah, your social interactions with people who you don't know is a little messed up. But you got the Allen wrench. You got the key. You can just sign out. But we act like we gotta stay signed in. That's a choice. It's like smoking cigarettes, sniffing coke, smoking crack, popping pills. doing the fentanyl. You ain't gotta do it. But we act like and have locked ourselves into a mentality like we stuck in this social media jail. We're not. We're not. What up, Timothy Grace? You know what I mean? Thanks for coming through, y'all. Yeah, so what up, Troy, man? We talking about social media tonight. And we're gonna have a deep talk about this shit. Because I got some shit I want to say. Please, y'all, please hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Get It Business Show. I'm your host, Sun752. We do this every night, 2 a.m. Pretty soon, maybe about a month or so, we will be back on at 1 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But right now, we're here at 2 o'clock every weeknight. So let's rock. What up, my dude, man? How you feeling, man? What's good?
Hey, I'm doing good. How about you, fam?
Feeling like a real man should, man. I'm feeling like a real man should and shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I'm sitting here and I'm listening. I do somewhat agree. Only way social media can mess up, it can control part of your life is if you let it. You are absolutely, you can log out, but when you allow it to become part of your everyday living, like something like the algorithms with women and women listening to other women badger men, and they're allowing and then being brainwashed by the I'm the prize, and you start hearing slogans from women. You hear a woman say something, and then you go on YouTube and you hear that same woman say it. Like for years, I never heard women use the term narcissist and arrogance, and I've never heard so many words to describe, or even men. I never heard so many of these words. Well, let me use this word to describe women. Either she was just evil, or it was just a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You got so many words to describe everybody's a therapist now.
Mm.
Everybody has from being listening on YouTube, and you hear men badger other men to look good to women to make their algorithm come up. You hear women badger women to make their algorithm. You hear men like the one it's some people on that I go on YouTube, or they hit my algorithm. I'm like, I don't even know why you fucking doing that. Why? There's nothing wrong with not liking a person, but when you just blatantly ignorant and disrespectful, somebody needs to choke the shit out of you. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong. Yes, you can tune it out, but it's just certain things that you just don't say and do. You know what I mean? I mean, the internet, social media, and you're right. When people start getting paid for it, it takes away from the love of what you're doing. It takes away from the love of it, because you're not doing it for the love. You're doing it for the money. You're monetizing on what you can make money from. You just going to keep posting shit, all that. We're going to pay them for this. We're going to pay them for that. But it's not you. It's what you want.
Uh-huh.
And it takes away from the legitimacy of who you are as a person.
It has the power to do that.
Say that again?
It has the power to do that.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does. Like if you sit back and you go on social media and you listen to certain things, even though you log off, you will let it. The reason why you logged off from it is because you allowed it to affect you. So now it's in your mind algorithm. It's in your thought process.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So even though you let it go by logging out, you gonna think about it. So when you wake up the next morning, it's not going nowhere. Throughout the day, at some point you're gonna think about it. You're gonna ask somebody about that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's on your mind.
Yeah. I definitely yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, let's think about it. Like when I asked you about Anthony Edwards,
mm-hmm.
I seen it on YouTube. So it was bothersome to me, because I just don't think anybody should just pay somebody off to just say fuck a baby when that's your baby, and the money is not the most important part. It's also the time. It's the nurturing part that makes that child grow.
Mm-hmm.
Like water the plant. You can give all the money you want to give it, but when that so-called African American young boy turns into a nigger, and that girl turns into a hoe, and you was the father that didn't nurture it the right way, then you're the blame for it. You're part of that. You understand what I'm saying? So I mean, that's the whole thing I'm saying. It has nothing to, you go on YouTube, that's where some of the stories come from. That's where some of our talking come from. Sometimes it comes from social media when we talk about Trump or other things. The majority of times it just comes from everyday life. But the thing about social media is it takes it's not even just let me just be like this. It's not just social media. It's the cell phone in general. Because the cell phone in general took away from opportunities to talk to one another face to face. That's why I don't want to. If I'm going through some problem with a woman, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk through text messaging. I want to talk to you on the phone or talk to you in person. Because a text message can't tell me your emotions in your face.
That's true. I believe that. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You texting something back and forth, you might say something that might not be meant to come off ignorant, but I'm taking it as ignorant because I'm thinking about how you're thinking. Instead of me able to talk to you on the phone or see you in your face. It took away from being personable with one another. You know what I mean? And then when you go to YouTube or you go to these other sites and stuff, especially YouTube, and you look at the shit that's on there, it can send your mind in a tailspin, especially if you see shit that can just stress you the fuck out. You could be having a good day and you see something on YouTube and it throw your mind off. Like, what the fuck is people thinking?
Well, see, here's the thing. Just like before social media, our old heads would sit in front of the TV a lot and watch the news. Old heads love to watch the news, the local news. Yeah. And you get a perspective from them, or you got a perspective from them that the world was a really bad place. You know what I mean? There was so much violence going on in the city. There's all this crazy stuff going on in the world. It was a whole lot of shit going on. So, hold on a second.
You have a call from.
All right, hold on a second. Yeah, so old heads that watch the local news, the way that was very skewed because that propaganda, the news reports that they were getting them, very anxious about, whether it was safe to go outside, whether this was a good city or a bad city, a good world or a bad world. You know what I'm saying? So, so you come to social media and you're getting the same thing, but you're getting a compartmentalized view of a certain part of the world, and it's easy for us to forget that this is just a world that we are seeing. And even though we're able to go on the internet and see how other people are living, and we still have to understand that the information that we're processing is from our own perspective. So it's everybody doesn't feel the same way, and not everybody is seeing the same things that you're seeing. Like there's something on YouTube for everybody. So the video, it just so happens that you and I like a lot of the same shit. So we happen to run up on the same videos and shit. Like, you'll send me videos that I've seen before. I'll send you shit that you've seen before. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, we're on the same page with a lot of things. But a lot of people not on the same shit that we're on. You know what I mean? So we have to be accepting and respectful of that. Now, when I say accepting, I'm not saying that you have to do what they do. I'm saying that you have to accept that that's what they do. You do what you do. And one thing that about social media that irks the shit out of me is that it it seems like it's making people think that they don't have the option to do or think the way that they want to think. Like, oh, social media messed up every. Like, how did social media mess up everything for you? If you ain't on
Yeah.
it shouldn't affect you at all. Now it's going to affect you because people that you deal with may still be on it. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I mean, you still have the same power over your choices and your decisions that you had before. And I don't know why you would let a bunch of people who you don't know.
Look, because. Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah. Whoa, wait. Which one of y'all talking?
Me,
All right, go ahead.
I feel that I'm going to stick to the topic today. I'm going to try. You have the option not to go on somebody's page, whether it's private or whether it's public. You have the option to hide somebody. If you just want them on there for a little while, you have the option to temporarily block somebody. If you don't like what a person is saying, don't look. You don't have the right to control somebody else's page. You don't have the right to tell somebody about their children or what their children are doing. You don't think
I agree 1,000% about that.
their children are being monitored. They being free to do and express themselves. They got aunties, uncles, cousins watching them. I go on there for a peace of mind because I do not go to the building. I don't believe in the building no more, the church building. So I get my scriptures, I get my whatever I need to get, and my page is not about church. But you're not going to come on my page and disrespect me because I'm going to call you out. And that's all I wanted to say. And you're not going to mess with me or my family. You're not going to mess with my friends. You're not going to compete against me when it comes to when God got something going on in me. Because either, like I said, I'm done with it. So you say you're happy, why people want to take that away from you? You're evil.
Well, I'm going to put it to you like this, right? It's not, I always say it like this. The devil finds a way to maneuver his way in you. So when he sees that happiness, he'll find a way that can get to you. And what can get to you is the people that he allows to get to you. And when you allow him to get to you, it's like waking up in the morning and you say it's gonna be a beautiful day, and you just hit your toe right on the side of the bed. You got shit. I just fucked my toe up, and now this day gonna be fucked up. Now it's still a beautiful day. You just hit your fucking toe, or you are trying to hurry up and get to the bus, and you missed the bus. Then it's gonna be a fucked up day. No, you just missed the bus. It's the same shit. You just adding as time goes on. When you allow them people at the church, because I know the type of people you're talking about. They judge people, but then go pray to a God that's the only person that can judge you.
Hold.
And that's the thing that's bothersome from the people. Let me let you speak. I heard you already jump in.
Wait.
I heard you already jump in.
Yeah, because wait a minute, hold on. We not doing this. Look, we gonna talk about.
I was just saying what I was just elaborating to what she was saying.
I mean, we not doing this. We not doing this with. I mean, it's cool, but we not doing this with her either. Now, as far as this conversation tonight, this is not a personal thing. What we trying to figure out tonight is, has social media gotten worse since people started getting paid? Since when the money comes.
You don't know if people getting paid. You don't know if people getting paid. That's the worst part about it. You don't know everybody's business. Everybody don't run their mouth and put their business out there. That's a very fucking dangerous thing to do. Is judge somebody and you don't know.
Like
The
the
thing
fact
is,
that social media.
you
I hate the fact that social media puts people in position to get paid. Like the Charleston Whites and the Hot 2 girl. This girl, the guy walked up to this girl and said something, and this girl, sometimes you just gotta take the dick and just go Hot 2 on it. And this girl.
Oh, Hot 2. Yeah.
Son, I've seen this girl throw a baseball. I took the first pitch out at the Mets game.
Mm-hmm.
Her 15 minutes of fame has now turned into almost 2 years. Because she said sometimes you just gotta grab it and Hawk 2 on it. So they call her the Hawk 2 girl.
I remember her. Hawk 2.
Then you got Charleston White, and he's one of the most. He talks about snitching, and he's talking about people that got murdered and killed, and he got all these other stuff. And it's like you're glamorizing that. You're putting them on a. They turned him into a comedian, son.
Yeah, I know.
Y'all talking about that. Y'all don't know if people got careers on there. Y'all don't know people. It's people on there singing. It's people on there acting. Everybody is not doing the same thing. It's people on there acting ratchet as hell. Who the hell go hire you and you acting ratchet and these people looking at you? They like, y'all ain't gonna mess my name up. It's people on there that act. And people are looking at that. They got the Tyler Perrys on there looking at other people. You're not going to stop somebody showing what God is trying to do. And no, Omar, you're not doing this for me. But when it's a title, I come on, and you know I come on, and I say what I gotta say for people that's stealing my stuff. I don't mind you being inspired, but you're not gonna steal my stuff or say something that I don't agree with, that I didn't write off on. And as far as a wrench is concerned, you know, I done seen a man had a wrench with people that didn't even like him, but they had a wrench working for him, and he had to dismiss all of them because they was betraying him.
A what?
A wrench, a moderating stick, a wrench. The moderators, some of these moderators ain't even right when it comes to people that's really doing something and got a movement.
All right, so check this out. What I'm trying to say is this. You can log on to social media and you can log off the social media. Social media is not your job. Social media is not your family. Social media is not your food, your water, your air. It's none of that shit. Everything that happens on social media is a choice that you made to view it. You don't have to. If somebody comes to your page and they are rebuttaling you, or they are harassing you, you can log them the fuck off.
Sure.
People on social media, you know, you can post pictures of yourself on social media. People don't even know if that's really you. You know how many times I've been catfished, or people have put up avatars and all of that. You don't know who you talking to. But this shit is only as serious as you make it.
It's serious because when other hoes come on my page, on my Instagram page, and get my book study that I've been studying, like I don't know my shit, and you don't like me. You don't come to my house and you don't outdo me, and you don't like me. You being nosy and trying to destroy my shit. Oh, it's personal.
What is it?
It's very personal.
Hold on. Hold on. With all due respect, what are you talking about?
Because you know exactly, you do this every time. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Girls get jealous, come on your stuff. Some of them like you, and some of them are fighting against you. I didn't ask for all this. All I wanted to do was network, meet people, you know, and that's it, and live my life. And that's it. You don't need to know my personal business. You don't need to know my income. It's not none of your business. That's what this social media is about now. I put on my page what I want to put on my page to inspire me or to help others. Help others like they helping me.
So why don't you take more power? Why don't you take more power over what you let into your space or reject?
All my friends, they be blocked and they find another way to come on your page. That's stopping somebody. They all be blocked off of all social media, especially if you know certain people ain't no good. They say they changed, ain't changed, still in the street. They just doing it a different way. They be blocked. I can't help it. And then if Mega know about it, because they follow me, I've been on there for years. You think I'm not safe? They gonna protect their brand.
All right. Nonetheless, social media is not something that you have to be on. Like I said, it is not air, heat, cooling, water. This is not something that you have to do. This is a choice that we make to do or not to do. So anything, just like if you chose to get your driver's license and to buy a car, you have to take on the responsibility of paying the car note, making sure that you keep the insurance up, and driving in a way that will keep you safe and get you from one place to another. So with anything that you do, nobody else is going to do the work for you. You have to do the work for yourself. So the same way that you would drive a car only to the places where you wanted to go, in social media, you have to control who you allow to come into your space. And even though they may say things that you may not have control over how it makes you feel, you have the power to be able to allow them to do it again or not. So, I can't accept how hard this is, because I'll be goddamn if I let people who do not know me make me feel bad. I don't know. I just can't do it.
Well, you don't have the same situation. I done had females, black females, white females, and you see some on my page. I don't tell everything about my personal life. I did have it up there when I first signed up, but after I seen where it was going, social media has really changed. When I seen where it was going, I took all that stuff down. I don't think I got everything up there no more, because they'll take that little information, go behind your back, and see what the hell they can find about you. If a person or a celebrity, because they know how to keep their stuff private, it's their business.
Why would you post anything if you want it to be private? This is not a private forum. It's a public forum.
You're not getting what I'm saying. I would never post things that's what I'm saying. They'll take what you put out there. Say I'm baking some cookies. And I'm gonna get you something where you can understand what I'm dealing with my way. I'm baking some cookies. Sometimes it's homemade, sometimes it's not. If I choose to post that picture, okay, I post it. They already know who I am. If I have a little bit of information, they can go back and find out where I live, what I'm doing, just because I'm posting or I got a nice picture up there. They want to know what I'm doing, it all boils down to, what is she making money, or is she doing better than me? And we ain't doing that. We're not doing that. I'm not doing that.
What I mean by this is a public forum, not a private forum, is that when you sign on, like whenever you sign up for for a social media page or a platform, they make you sign a whole lot of shit. And you might not read it. Most of us don't read the stuff, We just want to get to the posting our content and doing whatever we want to do. But all of that stuff says that you don't own anything that you post on their platform, and that's why.
One thing about it is that whatever you post on a platform, a public platform, is open to positive or negative criticism.
Yeah, y'all right.
Whatever.
Right.
If you post up something, hold up, listen for a second. If you post up something for the church, and somebody from the church say something about it, they have every right to say something about it. Because
but if I'm not doing the blueprint of social media, how you gonna come on my page? I got 53 friends. And I got my door open for open for a few friends.
You do know you can block that person from your page, right? Just block the person from your page.
I do when I find out who it is. Sometimes I can't find out who it is.
Wait. Hold on, Troy. You only know who's coming to your page if they like your post or if they comment on your post.
Oh, why they don't like my stuff? They think I can't see it. My stuff is not set up like everybody else's stuff. But the reason why I'm on there and God keep telling me to keep going, because I know people are enjoying my stuff more so than hating on my stuff.
Let me ask you this. Wait till I ask you this question. If they don't comment on your post or like anything that you posted, how do you know that they're there?
Because they're using my shit as content and I see it on their stuff.
So let me get this straight. You don't follow them, but they follow you, or you follow,
they follow me and peep into me and my spirit, and sometimes they even bold enough to put it in their title, and I click on, God be like, here, show me what to do. Or just like my books was stolen from my Instagram. I know those were my books. Those were my books that I had up there for myself. I like to put stuff up there that I be proud of myself of reading, because I'm empowering me first before I can help. I gotta get me straight before I can help anybody else. But I'm not gonna help no hoes that don't like me, and I know that they don't like me. They're trying to either fuck my cousin or fuck my man. No. If they can't do, first they go through my family. If they see they can't go that way, then they trying to find out who she likes.
All right.
That's it. I had to get it off my chest so y'all can get wisdom. I get understand what I'm going through with these hoes and these men. They done got crazy on my friends, and I help my friends. You know, I got a wrench. I help my friends when they can't see. I help them, and they trust me.
Okay.
Because I don't live that kind of life. I don't live that street life. Like I said, I'm in the world, but not of it. I ain't never been a street person. That's always been, and my people ain't never been in the street, but they had to deal with the streets because they was working hard. Sometimes when you work hard, people don't like, because you get positions, you getting money, they try to try you.
All right. Well, like I said, whether you whether you accept it or not, you have the power to control this thing.
You do.
All right. So just know, but just like I'm sitting in front of this camera right now, I can't control who comes in here. But if you come in here and I don't like what you're doing, or if you are harassing other people or being disrespectful, I can get you on up out of here. And once I get you up out of here, you up out of here.
Yeah, but now you know I've been following you for years. If I didn't like you, I won't sit on you. But you be like, it's secret. I'd be like, no, they in the bushes, they in the background, they look, and they ain't looking for a good reason. They looking for content or whatever.
But
like Troy
if they are in the background, I don't give a fuck.
I know,
they're not being this because they're not being.
I know you know. But when it started getting worse and start effing you up, then you're gonna start giving a fuck.
How can if they in the background, they're not doing anything? How can it mess up anything?
You just don't see it. I see it. I be seeing it. I be like, they ain't here being nosy trying to see what they can say. Especially when you talking to me or you talking to your peoples and stuff, and you help them while you talking and everything. But they try to mess up things that's so nice that can help people, you know. Just being mean, mocking and being mean, copying, trying to steal. But that's all right. Judgment coming.
All right. Thanks for calling in. I appreciate you.
That's all I was saying, Judgment is something. That's all I was saying. I turn in and watch. I don't even know why I'm up tonight, but I'm up. All right. Have a good day.
You too. Be safe.
Hello?
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, you know, I'm chilling. So,
What's the show about again?
this show's called This Is My Page. If you don't like it, keep scrolling. Yo. All right. So this is what we gonna do.
Look at your phone.
First of all, hold on. I'm not looked. Look, I'm not fucking with you and Joe. I'm not. Don't be texting me when I'm working. Oh Lord. Hold on a second. Hold on.
You have a call from.
Look, Kim, we not doing this shit tonight, all right? This shit is. We not fucking doing this shit. What in God's heaven? Look. Well, I'm about to restore order. Hold on, God damn it. Hold on. Restore order in this bitch. All right. Here's how it's going down. We gotta get focused on here. This show was, I wanted to explore how social media, whether you're talking about the monetization or whatever, how it has entered our lives and changed some things or whatever. Hold on.
You have a call from.
And how it has changed some things and rearranged some things, and how it has affected us as individuals, as a people or whatever. That's what I wanted to talk about. Now, I'm not trying to totally control the narrative of the show, because all of the content matters. But what I was trying to figure out was, how did we get from posting or posts to content? And I know that the way that we got to content was because of the money. It's only content when you, well, it's content anyway. But I was introduced to the concept of content when we start talking about monetization. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Back in the website days, you needed content. So, but now with social, what I've noticed on social media is that now, since people are content creators instead of just, somebody on social media with a page, I'm seeing a whole lot of the motherfuckers just throwing anything out there. That's my experience. I'm just seeing a whole lot of content just for the sake of content, like engagement just for the sake of engagement. So people are bending over backwards. Listen, I just got me a $5 check from Facebook.
This is what you do.
$5. And I'm like, and I
fucking money.
And I put the highest I
put money there on that card you've been wanting.
Listen, the highest that I've ever gotten was $16. And I don't know.
Hold up, but son, I know a boy, my barber.
Mm-hmm.
He has a boy that told him about monetization. This boy makes almost 6 figures at monetization, son. My barber was making Well, he made the most he made was 1,500 until he used somebody sent him something to post, and Facebook took it down, and he lost the way of monetization because he posted something that was, that was vulgar.
Well, see, there are
you
ways
can make money from it.
No, I'm not saying that you can't, but it's not as easy as people think it is. Somebody and people are not getting paid off of what a lot of people think they getting paid off. The people who are really getting paid on social media, trust me, they are working. You know what I mean? They're not just sitting back and collecting a check. It's not sweet like that. You got to set up some shit because now the market is saturated, just like anything else. Just like Atlanta. Remember how in the early 90s, Atlanta wasn't a black Mecca. So people could go down to Atlanta and set up a business and get paid. And people was doing it. By the year 2000, it was so many people in Atlanta, they emptied out Detroit. They emptied out Chicago. They emptied out Philly. They emptied out New York. They emptied out other places down south, West Coast, and all that kind of stuff. So it's like now you got to be super, super creative to go down to Atlanta and get paid and make a great life for yourself because everybody's here. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing with social media. When it was only a few people getting paid, they was really getting paid because they was the only ones. You know what I mean? They was controlling all the money. Now the money is getting spread out so many different ways. You have to
really get on here and find your niche. You have to dig deep and find a niche of where you can fit in at.
Right.
Other than, but when you first started, it was so easy because it wasn't that overblown and it was the doors was open.
People weren't clamoring to drive traffic to their pages. They didn't have the motivation to do it. You know what I mean? Now with the money, they have the motivation to drive traffic to their pages. So it's having an effect, and in my opinion, a negative effect on the stuff that's being put out there. Now the truth is being affected. Social media content creators are changing the colors of the truth because it doesn't fucking matter.
Just look at how the election turned out. The monetization of that is one of the main reasons why he got that's in the top 5 of why he got reelected. Because you have people that even if they didn't believe in him was getting paid from that. You understand what I'm saying? And if you talking about just getting paid, they went that way. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
And that's the problem. That's what I meant by it takes away from who you are as a person.
It can take away.
If it's all about a dollar bill, then what does it profit the man to gain the world and lose his soul? You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is about when it comes to social media, nobody has a soul. I ain't gonna say nobody, but it has changed. It has changed the trajectory of where soul is coming from. Because now the ends are justifying the means. At least in their minds, they are. You know what I mean?
And that's like I said, it's just so much shit that you see on social media, and that you see, you be like, why the fuck did they post that shit? You know what I mean? You be shocked, or why the fuck did they say that? Like, why would they? I wonder why would YouTube allow that to happen? You know what I mean?
No, because
I'm looking at. I was trying to text you this commercial, right? It was a degree commercial, and they was spraying it, and this how graphic commercials they got on YouTube. They was spraying the degree, and it was like balls and ass crack, balls and butt, foot and hands, foot. I said balls. They saying balls on TV. Son, I can't make this shit up. So now your kids looking at YouTube, and your kids can go on TV and hear somebody saying balls and butt, foot and hands. Sesame Street and y'all just made it. You can't make this shit up, son.
Yeah, no. You can make it up. That's my. I'm glad you said you can't make this because social media now has taken away your ability to say that you can't make it up. Because yes, the fuck you can. And now you can make up anything. And
I was comfortable. I'm gonna let you speak 1 minute, Kim. I was comfortable, son.
You let me speak 1 minute.
I remember back in the day they used to do the tampon commercials and they used to put water on it. Now they want to make sure you know it's for a period. Now they're putting red juice on it. Oh, for real? Now they want to make it blood now. Come on, why?
Man, I can't. This is.
They gotta take it to that extreme. I mean, stop. It's so fucking crazy. I mean, back in the day, Teddy said turn out the lights. Now on YouTube, they say turn the lights on and watch mommy and dad fuck. What the fuck?
Kim, it's time for you to talk.
They're taking away every inch of whatever moral compass that's out here. And in social media, even when you turn from one page, when you swipe, you still want to see something. You're like, damn, I just turned from something like this. So you turn.
Kim, it's time for you to talk. Shut his mic off. You go. Shut his mic off. When I get this shut off mic, when I get this shut mic off feature, shut his mic off. Shut his goddamn mic off. Kim, you go ahead. Speak.
He Terry Rice said free kills.
I just want to say, I wish I thought of that commercial. Just want to say, I do.
It's a great commercial. I was pissed the fuck off. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, I'm not. I'm amused. I wish I thought of it. Sorry, but I do. This subject of social media. You know, as with any new invention, a new thing that's introduced, it's always going to be a negative and a positive. It's always going to be someone to find a way to turn it into the most disgusting thing that humans could create. Of course, that's with everything that comes out. Everything is invented because we suck. So, it's always going to be that kind of crap, and social media has definitely taken a huge hit. But I'm not going to demonize it because there are a lot of positives. Son and I became friends and family because of social media. We met during a time when podcasts were not a big deal. I like to say we're the pioneers. And then we became who we are now. And that was the start of these incredible daily shows that he hosts has to do, because this is social media. YouTube is social media, podcasts are social media. So we have to keep that in mind as we're talking about it, even though, yeah, unfortunately it comes with a lot of evil and bad, and yes, anything could be anything anymore. And it can be made up, and it can be a lot of false stuff put out there. And sadly, there's a whole generation of people who don't know how to discern what's true and what's not. For example, I have an aunt who she gets all her information off of YouTube, and daily I have to say, ma'am, that is not true. And don't repeat that to anyone else, and check with me before you repeat anything you see on YouTube. And also, that happened 2 years ago. Stop telling people that happened today. So, with that, it is the responsibility of us to protect and teach our youth. That's with anything. And it is the responsibility of us to triple check anything we see or hear, because with I can't even say with us being introduced to artificial intelligence, because it's always existed, well, with the fact that it's so open to the layman now and everyone, anything becomes everything on social media. And that's our platform. Because I know some people want to demonize and say it's just X, or it's just IG, or it's just Snapchat. No, it's all of it. Pinterest,
It is.
it's Twitter, it's YouTube, it's everything. And people are definitely, because monetization has always existed. That's true. It has for every platform. The difference is everyone wasn't making money from it. And it was never a big payout.
Yeah.
And a lot of advertisers weren't interested in people in the space. People in the digital space didn't have any value to them at one time. But when they started noticing what they now call influencers, which equates to product placement in movies and films, someone said, hey, I don't have to pay an actor, an actress, or model to where you service my things. The big dollars I usually pay them, now I could pay this everyday Joe a few coins. Because they already use my product, they always service my service, they already wear my clothes. Then
well, I'm ready to become an influencer and just do that degree commercial again.
Well, they say now, and here, let me tell you what you do. They don't even have to pay human people to be the face of anything anymore. They just need to pay one person who understands artificial intelligence and knows how to navigate it. And I hate to say it, but that's me. So, hey,
So you're the artificial intelligence person?
I do know something about it, and I do get paid for it, yes.
Well, look, the thing is, I don't have
That might not be you talking then.
The thing is,
It might not. It might not.
I mean,
you're talking so fluidly and so clear. I didn't hear not one profanity as of yet.
Yes. Wait a damn minute now, so
I never heard of profanity.
Start your bullshit with me here.
Here we go. Okay, here we go. I got a bullshit out of it, son. I got a bullshit out.
I'm not sitting around talking about me cursing all the time. Let me find out. Anyway.
But no, I agree 100,000% about what you just said.
Well, let me finish. It has gotten out of hand because it is very disrespectful now. It is a bunch of people who used to just sit on the phone and call and play on the phone, and now they have free reign to get on social media and say and do everything. It is disrespectful because anyone can get your information and make and create anything and put it out in the universe. And because no one does the homework to check, it becomes true.
And I think that's what the other lady was talking about, sir. I think that's what she was talking about. People getting her information and then putting it back out there for their information. But
the thing is, you can't stop that. That's part of the game.
You're not going to be able to stop that because once you post something, it becomes public, and you can post, repost, and
not just that, but it's not. More than likely, it's not your content anyway. I'm one of the few people on social media that only post original content. Most people are reposting shit. So you got people going back and forth over some shit that they didn't create themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, listen, man, I don't have anything against people getting paid. But if I feel like a product is being watered down, I feel like it's being watered down. You know what I'm saying? Now there's a saying, if it, the way popularity works is that if it's worth something, then everybody is on it. You know what I'm saying? But then you have a lot of people who say, well, shoot, if everybody can have it, then I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on where you are. Clout chasing, you're going to see that a lot on social media. A lot of clout. Yeah, a lot of it. And as much as you might hate, all right, so me and Troy come from a stand-up comedy background. So our material, our intellectual property is very important to us. I mean, that's literally what we get booked for, and how we made money. So we can't have people coming around taking the jokes that we have written and practiced and performed. We can't have somebody just taking that, even though you're not able to copyright jokes. You can't do that. You know what I mean? Because you don't know who thought of, you can't tell, you can't say, well, you can't say this material or whatever. It's not like it's on a record or something like that. But we have to also understand that everything isn't stand-up comedy. Everything isn't, records or tapes or CDs or movies. So on social media, we literally sign off that nothing we put on there belongs to us once we put it on there. Nothing.
That's yes.
Yeah,
anything
we literally signed it.
Anything that you respond to, anything you post on Facebook, anything you post on Instagram, anything you post on X, that's not yours once you post it.
This show right now, this show right now belongs to YouTube. It's mama.
Yes,
they didn't write shit. They didn't produce shit. They didn't pay for shit. But because they are allowing the camera to be used to go out to all of those millions of people whoever chooses to watch, they own it. So
when those people pretty much. So when them people pop up in here and they get ignorant and they use the N word and T Cherry Wright block them and all this stuff, it's because they're able to do that because it's an open platform.
Well, no, it gets worse. It gets worse.
It gets worse.
No, really, no, because fuck all of that. Those people don't really matter. But let's say I want to take my name, Sun752, and put it on another platform where I'm getting paid. You know what I mean? Right. Where somebody wants to sign me. YouTube could come in and be like, well, we kind of own his name.
Damn.
Or let's say I want to do this exact same content somewhere else. They'd be like, well, we got a little problem here. That content that you want to sell, like let's say if I wanted to sell this show to somebody, they wanted to pay for it and put it on their platform. YouTube could step in and say, that's our shit. Can't do it.
We gotta take he's just have to be 7.5 from now on. We got the tip.
Well, I'm just saying, like I
understand what you're saying.
Yeah, so
you're using their platform to do your platform.
And I've basically given up my rights to fight for mine. I've given up ownership rights. But I signed up for that. Signed up for that.
Everything is a fine print. That's why everything is in fine print. Because they know it's purposely designed to be in fine print. It's smaller, but people are not going to see it. And it's purposely designed to be longer, very lengthy, to exceed the average person's capacity to sit still, slow down, and read legal documents. That is all intentional. So that's how they get you, because not only can YouTube claim, but if you have advertisements in between your shows, then those advertisers have a little bit of right too.
That's right.
So that's the fine print. That if an advertiser is played in between, they have already paid YouTube, and they've paid YouTube to specifically be a part of your air quote content. And so they have just a small percentage, but they can say something too. If you sell one of your episodes to someone else and their commercial or advertisement is played, so there's that other side too. So it's all intentional. So the big guys can always line their pockets and the little guys lose it. But keep in mind even with social media, it's not just that allows our information out there. Everything we do has our information, has a stamp on it. My grandfather died in the 70s. We didn't have these tools in the 70s. However, my grandfather's information is in cyberspace. He died in the 70s. Why the hell would his information be in cyberspace? But it is. So it's not just us finding anything to do with social media. It's everything we do. We have signed up for this life of intrusion. Is it okay? No, I'm not condoning it. I'm not supporting. I'm not agreeing with it. But unfortunately, we went from an analog to a digital anything. We changed from a rotary to the cell phone.
I don't miss the rotary phone. I miss the rotary.
Why would anybody miss a rotary phone? That shit was ass. Take all fucking day to dial a goddamn number.
Listen, rotary phone. The rotary phone was good because you only had to dial 7 numbers. Now you got to dial 10 damn numbers now. I was so upset when they added the area code on. I started crying, man. Like a
man, bitch. Rotary phones was way done by the time they did that shit. I tell you what. I tell you what you couldn't do on a rotary phone. Press number 1 for this. Press number 2 for that. Fuck rotary phones. Them shit was ass. Shit was straight garbage.
Well, the thing about it too, even as we give up our rights, that's part of the payment process. We give it up in everything we do, including banking, including education, including how we feed ourselves. All of these things we have given up our freedoms, especially in this country when it comes to that, because it's even more disrespectful here. At least in other countries, they tell you, this is like in China, they tell you, this is what we're doing. It's in big bold letters, so you know your life is compromised. Here they ease and sneak it in. So that's the other side of it too. At least let me know that that's what you're doing to me. At least let me know that right now you're listening to everything I say, and if I say specific words, then I'm going to get that commercial. I'm going to get that advertisement on my television, on my computer, later on my cell phone. I'm going to hear it on the radio. Let me know. That's all you got to do. You don't have to lie to me. Just let me know. So there's the other side of that. But again, it's still a plus to social media, and it's hard to sell that, but it is a positive to it. The positive has allowed people who have never had an opportunity to work. It's allowed communities to get things they've needed. It's allowed relationships to grow and develop. And I'm not just talking about dating relationships. I mean, even family members to reach out to each other, to meet each other, to get to know each other. It's allowed families to form who are not blood. It has allowed a lot of things to happen in a positive way. I have a friend who has a coworker who just got a kidney from a stranger she's been waiting on for years. And she finally has someone off of a GoFundMe that wasn't based on money. It was really searching for a kidney. And now she has a donor and she's going through surgery. So it has a lot of positives to it, as most things. But unfortunately, it's not social media that's bad. It's people who are bad. That's the part we don't want to say out loud, but it's us.
No, we can say it out loud. People are bad.
We suck. That's why the question when they say, what's the scariest animal on the planet? It's always human. Because we are. I remember people used to say, I'm not going to get on Instagram because that's the devil. I said, Instagram is the devil? Yes, it is. Because people get caught up in cheating on there. People get caught up in cheating because people are cheating. If you're not cheating, you can't get caught up in it. It's that simple.
I'm pretty sure, Kim, I would like to thank you so much for giving that documentation and that in that speech that you gave us. I'm so shocked because I felt like I was in one of your meetings, and this is something that they asked you to do, and you had a PowerPoint presentation on it. You told it to them the same way you told it to us. And
hey,
a lot of things had to enlighten me.
Didn't I tell you I don't want none of your bullshit? Didn't I tell you that already? You didn't hear me when I said
that
it?
was pretty much, I've never, I mean, that was very, like, straight to the point and very professional of you. And it was very enlightening. My mouth was agape. I was bewildered.
Nigga, don't patronize me here. Don't do it. Troy, don't make your life miserable.
So, I mean, it was just wonderful. I mean, I don't know what other words that I can use that can tell me to tell you how much.
Shut the fuck up, Troy! Shut up!
You know, so would you like to finish your PowerPoint presentation?
Anyway, so
anyway,
y'all doing a lot. All right, but no, I mean, she Kim, you made some interesting points and some valid
a lot
points.
of good points.
Well, the thing is, like, basically, what she's saying is, yeah.
I mean, both of y'all did. By the way, I like to say both of y'all because I mean, you know.
But what I'm saying is this. Either way, you have to take control over how you present yourself and what you allow into your space. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to do this. You do not have to be on social media. You don't have to do it. So if you're here, you've made the choice. You've made the choice to be here. Just like if you go to an amusement park, if you get on a roller coaster, you have to take into account, like, you may feel funny in your stomach, you may get queasy, you know, you might lose loose earrings or jewelry or something like that. You know, you better secure them because there's a good chance that you might lose them. You know what I mean? There are risks and rewards to everything, but this doesn't have to be a total risk. There are rewards in it, just like Kim was saying. We didn't know each other and wouldn't know each other if it wasn't for Blog Talk Radio. We didn't even know what each other looked like.
And let me say this about Sun 752. Here in Philadelphia, he's one of the first innovators of doing podcasting in Philly, and people never really gave him the credit that he deserves. So, in my background, I'm a clap for you because when we was doing comedy, he was already doing talk radio, and people was laughing at him.
Kim was there.
Yeah, she was there.
She was there, literally.
And people was laughing at him, so it was like, you know.
Well, you can't expect everybody to understand, what your vision might be. But at the end of the day, this is what I wanted to do. But I understood what it was about. So, you can't literally put your hand over somebody's mouth to keep them from talking. They gonna wait till you leave, and then they're gonna say what they want to say. That's how that's gonna go. So I mean, you can love it or hate it, but there's really no reason to get all bent out of shape about it. Now the thing is, there are people on here. There are people that really just that really wanna spread information, or really want to network, or really want to, get a message out to the world, or change some things, or elevate consciousness and things like that. And peace to everybody who does that. But they have to understand that everybody is not on that type time.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do this show. I used to do this show on Blog Talk and on Facebook. I got off of Facebook because I felt like I was just spinning my wheels. People would come to the show when it was new, but they're not coming every day. You know why? Because that's not what they logged on to Facebook for. They didn't log on to Facebook to hear Omar McIntyre is live. They don't want to hear that shit. It's like, all right, it's cool, but why are you giving me this notification? You know what I mean? They came on here watch some funny memes or you know, see some funny content or using it as a dating app or whatever they was doing. They wasn't coming there to see me spit this material every day. That's not what they came there for, and it was starting to show. So there was a time I was really hot, and then it started to die down because it was like, you know how niggas is. They gonna support for a minute, but then after a while, it's like, well, he on every day. I'll catch him. You know, I'll catch him later. Yeah, I'm doing something else right now. So I had to move over here where it started off really slow. It's still slow to me, but it started off really slow. But this is where people come for, you know, to hear this shit. This is where they come to see and hear what people want people to see and hear every day. So it's just like if you can't get a Whopper at McDonald's, you can't get a Big Mac at Burger King. Now you can get a burger at both, but if you want a certain branded thing, you can't get that everywhere you go. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're not selling the right products, people ain't going to come into your store. You have to.
Can I just cut you off for a minute? The boy Nova said, "I don't believe he's still on the phone talking to Troy." And then Buttercup said, "Nova, once Troy called in, that's the whole show."
She's still telling the truth.
He must have known Kens is on the phone with us too.
Nigga, you don't even let me talk. What the hell are you talking about?
Look.
So like I said, you know, you know, you if you don't have the products in the store that people want to buy, they're not going to support your business. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So you can't so you have to understand what you're getting into. So I understand what I'm getting into when I do this. So there's a certain level of expectations that I have, but they are universal. So I expect for my numbers to go up. I expect for some shows to do better than others, and I expect there to be people who come through like, I don't want to hear this shit, and they're not gonna hang around. This is not where they want to be. Cool, you know what I mean?
That's the whole part. But see, the thing about it is that the people that come in, if you don't, just like you just said, if you don't want to hear it, leave. You understand what I'm saying? But when people stick around and when people stick around and they talk about what your topic is, it's because it's not just about what you're talking about tonight. It's about we talk. Sometimes we have some of the most serious conversations that we can possibly have. You know what I mean? That's
why I don't understand trolls. That's why I don't understand the trolls. That's why I don't understand the trolls who come in anybody's platform and they complain about what's being said on there. Well, why the fuck are you here? You don't have to say. Get your ass off and call someplace else. I never understand their purpose.
And one thing about this, what I do is before I even make a phone call, I let Son do his opening because he has an opening, right? Doing that opening, anybody can call it. I just call in whenever I want to call in because I want to feed in. I got something to say. And majority of the time when we conversating, it's affecting me in a way that a lot of people might not affect other people. I'm not here to troll. I'm here to listen. What you just said about social media, I'm here to listen. You know. I never get on here to troll and this, that. Look, I troll the Trump people when they say some stupid shit or disrespect Son. But I'm not trolling nobody on this platform. You know what I mean? I come here to really enjoy the company and the brotherhood and the sisterhood of what's going on the Go Getters page. Live stream by Sun752, brought to you by the PowerPoint presentation of Kim's.
Oh, joy.
So, let me clear up a little something. Just because I have people on the line, whether it's Kim, whether it's Troy, whether it's anybody else, if y'all want to call into the show, I can still see that y'all calling in. I will clear the line if other people want to call in. Don't use the excuse that I would call in, but such and such is on the phone. Listen, I don't send people on their way if the material is good. So if you talking some good shit, I'll let you hang out. Now, if other people are calling in like that, one thing about YouTube and one thing about this platform that most YouTubers do not have, they don't give you a chance to call in. They don't have a way for you to call into the show. And if they do, they're only going to let you, be online for a couple of minutes and all of that kind of stuff. That shit, I understand. That's the way they want to run their platform. That's not the way I come from a different training. I come from a different platform. I come from a different background. So, I appreciate the conversation. So if you can hold the conversation, if you don't come in here like, not knowing how to express yourself and you ooh and I and then and then I couldn't remember. Wait a minute, I almost got no. If you come on here and you know exactly what you want to say or whatever, I'll let you hang out. But I can only have two people.
It has to be about the topic.
But all I'm saying is, I don't care if I have two people on the line. I've gotten y'all off the line before so other people could call in. So that's not an issue. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's not an issue. This is a totally interactive show. It was meant so people could call in and express themselves because we like ideas, and all that kind of shit. But that's another thing about social media. Normally with a lot of social media platforms or pages and things like that, people try to control everything about it, and that's going to really be stressful for you because you're going to find out in real time that you cannot tell people what to do. Now, you may think that when they come into my space, I can tell them what to do because it's my space. I'm like, yes, it's your space. But if you want anybody to respect your content, if you want anybody to gravitate towards your platform, if you really want to build some type of networking force and have that type of appeal, you're going to have to let people, do their own thing. The same way that you want to find a way to express yourself, you're going to have to allow other people to express themselves too. You can't be all mad because everybody didn't agree that the government cheese made the best grilled cheese sandwiches back in the day. It's an opinion. Personally, I like Velveeta. Fuck that government cheese shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't like poor people food, but fuck it. But you got it. What y'all think that government cheese was that made the best grilled cheese sandwich?
Back in the day, son, when there wasn't no Velveeta, the government cheese was the bomb. It was also
it was Velveeta, son. It was Velveeta. It was just that. It don't mean we have Velveeta in the crib, but Velveeta was there. It was there. It was there.
I understand that. I had the brown food stamps. You had the purple, so you had more money. Bro.
Let me ask you this. I mean, because the key word is best. So you telling me that government cheese? Because I'm so sick of niggas talking about, yo, man, the government cheese was the best. It was the best cheese ever. It made the best grilled cheese. Are you telling me that it made the best grilled cheese? I ain't saying that they didn't make good grilled cheese, but you mean to tell me that that free block.
Like at the time, it made the best grilled cheese. I mean, if I would prefer to have had Velveeta, but at the time, it made the best grilled chease.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
well, I dispute it. I don't think that it made. That shit used to take a long time to, to soften up.
No, well,
you know what I mean?
Know how to make
you damn near
cheese. What you're supposed to do is toast your bread, take them out the pan for a minute, then get the cheese, throw the cheese in a pot, let that melt, then put it back on top of the cheese so it can melt on top of the bread, and then put it back in the pan. See, that's how you're supposed to do it. Just like with the peanut butter and the jelly. You put the peanut butter on one bread and the jelly on the other bread. That's what you told me the other day.
Okay, all right, but hold on. That process of the grilled cheese, from what you're telling me, it sounds like that excluded it from being the best. Because if it was the best, you shouldn't have had to go through that many processes.
If you got real hard, that shit was real thick too. You had to cut it. Hey, Kim,
Exactly.
don't be quiet now.
And hold on. And I got another thing, Mr. Chef. Hold on. And I got another thing, Mr. Chef. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So since you interjected peanut butter and jelly for the third time in 3 weeks, let me ask you this. So what peanut butter was the best peanut butter to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? I mean,
Skippy back in the day, bro.
Skippy. So you telling me Skippy was better than Jif?
Well, both of them.
Ain't no both of them. Which one was better?
Now, I use Jif now, but back in the day, Mom Deuce boy Skippy.
But was it better than Jif?
Great.
It was okay, but Jiffy was better now.
Skippy ain't had no goddamn taste. That shit was ass. Jif was always better than Skippy.
Just like Peter Pan.
Peter Pan wasn't that bad, but it had like a sweet taste to it. I ain't like that shit.
No, I don't like that.
Jif was better than Skippy.
It's just fucking me up because Kim was on here all intelligent and professional. Now she don't want to talk about the peanut butter and the jelly.
She just talked about it. She said.
She just jumped in because I had to bring her in.
She said Jif was better than Skippy.
I said it's always Jif and Welch's Grape.
Gavin put Jif.
It was always Jif, Welch's Grape on
you know the fucked up part about it, son?
White bread.
You know what peanut butter I like the most?
Personally, I like Smucker's Preserves. I
like Smucker's. I like Smucker's Preserves.
That shit was good.
Peanut butter I like the most. The peanut butter I make from scratch, considering I'm a chef, by the way. I like to let you know that. I can make it from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
So you know. I don't really need like mayonnaise. I can make all my own mayonnaise, my own butter. I can do all that stuff from scratch. So let's keep on talking. But the internet has a lot of pros, and the con sometimes can overpower those pros, as we know.
Just think what it's going to be in 5 months from now. It's going to be a
okay. So hold on. So what was the best? What was the best white bread?
Wonder.
Huh?
Back in the day, it was Wonder.
Wonder?
What?
Wonder wasn't better than Stroman?
No, wasn't better than Stroman.
You know what? I think that's a regional thing because I don't even know what the hell that bread is you just named.
Really?
Well, I know we don't get it. Were you from again? Were you from Indiana again? Idaho? Iowa?
Again, I've always been from Indiana. You said it like it's another time. I've always been from Jackass, Indiana. Racist Jackass.
So hold on.
Indiana.
Hold on. Stop fighting.
What's your question? Indiana between Mars and Venus.
I said stop. I just want to know, what bread did they have in Indiana besides Wonder?
Sunbeam.
Okay. I heard of that.
I heard of
Sunbeam, Aunt Millie's, and
I heard of that too.
What is our local bread?
What was the other one? You said Potbelly.
No,
she said Aunt Millie's.
I never heard of Aunt Millie's. Well,
I have heard of Aunt
Millie's. Milwaukee, right, son?
I think I heard of Aunt Millie's here. But it wasn't like a popular brand. But I have heard of it.
It was a grown people bread. Children didn't like that crap.
So these are all white breads.
Well, Aunt Millie's had a white bread. Now they're more mature. But Sunbeam and Wonder are white breads. But Wonder, Hostess, that's all the same. We had the factories here right in Indianapolis.
Okay, so Gavin is from New York, so he said Stroman was local. All right, that makes sense. Because I don't remember. I don't think I remember seeing when I went to go visit my people up in Milwaukee. I don't think I remember seeing Stroman bread.
Oh, okay. Is Indiana between Mars and Venus?
It's the middle of the road. It's the
Yo,
middle
you
of the
gonna stop
country.
playing,
That's what it is.
son.
It's the middle of the country, and our highway runs from one state to the next. You have to always pass through Indiana to get from one coast to the next.
Right.
Oh, I didn't even know Indiana was part of America. I thought it was a part of a different country.
You did? Well, now you learned something.
He trolling the shit out of you right now, Kim. I don't even believe you let
I
him
know
do it.
he is.
You know what I
mean? He wants him. Sean wanted me to give him some of the what, and then he goes, so like, now see, she came over here and was mean to me, and I'm not.
You don't get mean. I just like to hear you boisterous. Laughing and boisterous. When you get that professional thing in you, I'm like, damn, Kim being professional. Let me sit back and really listen tonight. I didn't hear motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
Buttercup
and Sarah Lee.
So what was the best? What was the hold on. Nah, fuck all that shit y'all talking about. What was the best bar soap back in the day?
Say it again.
The best bar soap back in the day.
Irish Spring, but everybody's parent always used Ivory.
Well, my mom used the Ivory, but since I had eczema, my mom had to use Dove, and that shit was expensive.
My mom always bought Zest because it didn't leave no ring around the tub.
My grandmother used Zest.
You're not fully clean unless you get fully clean.
I mean, that shit literally did not leave a ring around the tub. I don't know how they did it, but my mom always bought. She would buy Dial too. She would buy Ivory. You know, sometimes she would buy whatever was on sale, or whatever. But primarily,
I think
we grew up on Zest.
Did.
But I'm saying, I'm just asking y'all the question. Like, what did y'all bar soap did y'all think was the best back in the day? Yeah, there are no right or wrong answers.
My mom always bought Ivory, but then once when I was as I got older and I developed eczema, she started buying Ivory and Dove.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she started buying Ivory and Dove, and I remember back in the day because I had to use Eucerin that you had to get a prescription for Eucerin.
Yeah.
From your doctor's office. It wasn't over the counter.
We didn't have one single bar soap because it was two females and two males in the house. So my brothers had different bars of soap, and my mother and I had different bars of soap. And of course, we used different soap on different parts of our body because we would never use Zest or Dial or anything like that on our faces.
I swear, man. That's where black women came up with all these goddamn washcloths that y'all be using.
Well, I need one for my ass, and I need one for my face.
I mean, we still do. What are you talking about? That's
I'm just saying. Okay. Anyway, I mean, I always thought that if you put it in the water, it's kind of good. But anyway, so right. But hold on. What was the best toothpaste?
Shit.
I mean, everybody had Crest.
Crest, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
And now we know Crest is garbage toothpaste.
So wasn't Colgate always better than Crest? But for some reason we use Crest.
I use Colgate now.
You use Colgate?
Yeah, shit. I'm looking at it right here on my damn table, my bedroom right now. I use Colgate.
No, I use
neither.
I use
Tom's. Mom used to just buy what was on sale.
No, I use Tom's. I use Neem. I use
Neem, Tom's.
But I mean, for years.
Now, or what did Mom buy?
Mom bought Crest back in the day. My mom bought Crest.
There you go.
Yeah.
You ain't talking about. I'm talking about what you use now.
Well, that's what. But I'm asking y'all what y'all thought was the best. Just because we. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm saying like.
You was either Aim, Colgate, or Crest.
That was all about Aim.
No, I ain't forget about Aim. Shoot, hold on. Shoot, Ultra Bright. That was the cheap shit. That fucking Ultra Bright. That's what you got when the toothpaste ran out and you had to get it from around the corner at the store. ultra bright shit.
Mhm.
And there was another one. Ultra bright, Crest, Aim. What was that red?
Yes,
It was that
that was-
red toothpaste.
That was- that
Oh,
was-
I
that
forgot about that. It was a red toothpaste. God, that was it had like a licorice taste to it or something.
Yeah, it was like cinnamony or some shit like that. What was
Yeah,
that?
it was.
wasn't it what color was AIM?
Aim was like green.
What color was Colgate?
It up.
Colgate was white.
White.
Colgate
Crest?
was white. Crest was like light.
Close up.
Was that? Yeah, close up, man. Fucking close up. Hold up. Do y'all remember Gleam? Y'all ever have
I
Gleam?
remember playing.
It's
I remember
$8.16 right now. Who is buying that is $8?
What?
Who's buying close up?
Yeah, who? But damn, I ain't even seen a close up commercial in like mad years.
It's $8.16 right now. It used to be 99 cents.
All right, what was the? Hold on. What was the? Hold on. I'm having.
forgot all about Aquafresh.
Oh shit, Aquafresh had the stripes in it. Yeah, Aquafresh made you feel like you was using premium toothpaste.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even like.
If you had Aquafresh, you had money.
You know what Aquafresh?
Remember the
You know what?
bubblegum flavored toothpaste?
Yeah, what was
I remember
that? What was that though?
Trash. That's what it was. It was trash. That's what it was.
But what was the name? What was it? Hold on. Okay, wait. Whatever happened to? First, all right. Let's do this. What was the best laundry detergent?
Tide.
I think Tide had it.
What was the other one?
Tide and Amway.
What was that one? The one that the commercial that said
had Amway?
secret.
Damn, Kim, you had Amway at the crib?
Yeah.
Shit, Amway was the mid-level marketing why what?
My grandmother used to sell it. My grandmother was so Amway.
No wonder.
Listen, boy, this is just something in Indiana, man.
Hold on. When she said Amway, I'm like, hold up, you can't go in the store and get no Amway.
Hold up.
Somebody was hustling. Hold on, Kim come from Hustlers. I'm like, Amway? The fuck you can't get? Where you get? Where you get some goddamn Amway from? What the hell? Hey, look, hey, yo, Troy, and she said it like it was a regular thing, like you gonna see Amway in every house and shit.
One thing, Kim, y'all had Tupperware too, didn't y'all?
Yes, we did.
Grandma at the Tupperware party, you never
My
seen.
grandmother sold that too. We
Hold
had
on.
Tupperware.
Hold on, we not done. We not done. Don't get off of this laundry detergent shit yet. Because I want to know what happened to all temperature. Wait, what? Yo, she said Amway like, yo. I don't use shit but Amway. Where the fuck you get some goddamn Amway? You had to buy that shit in bulk. You know what I'm saying? You don't get with like a box of Amway.
Amway was BJ's back
Right.
in the day.
She got the wholesale laundry detergent. Like, you know what I mean? Like they said every house.
It sounds like it's the end of the show. Son has to get up in the morning.
No, fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck sleep. Fuck everything. Fuck sleep. I'm not done. What happened to all temperature cheer? What happened to cheer?
That's the truth.
I mean, right?
That's the truth.
Cheer was good shit. What happened to all temperature cheer?
Shit, Tide, Chair. What else was out back then? Because I remember that commercial said 18 Downy.
Downy's
a fabric softener.
That's fabric softener.
Downy's
That's
a
not.
fabric softener.
But you're still included in that. When you
No. I said laundry detergent.
The only person that had Downy is people who had Amway.
You know what? You gotta chill. You gotta fucking chill.
The person that had Downy.
Yo, you gotta chill. Oh, what the hell just happened?
I haven't hear it. I'm not coming back ever again.
My man. Yo.
That's the only person. Yeah. Jason said Era. Era was out. Yeah.
Yo. Oh yeah, Era.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
Anybody using Era?
It was another laundry detergent that started with E too. What was that shit?
Was it Equal?
No, it wasn't Era. It was I don't know why. First of all, this is back in the day when soap powder was very popular.
Yeah,
so I don't know how. But all of those
came out. Era was one of the first liquids.
Yeah, it was.
Era was one of the first liquid form.
Didn't they call that shit like this?
Didn't
they call that shit?
If you didn't rinse the clothes well enough,
Didn't
you
they
had
call
a little powder clot on your clothes.
Wasn't Era? Wasn't that?
If you didn't put enough water in that, if you accidentally put the clothes in there and put the load on small, and you put all that powder in there,
your skin was gonna itch for 10 days.
Was it? Hold on. Era was
you be walking around thinking you got yeast infection between.
Hold on. Wasn't Era considered the stain lifter?
No, that was Shout.
I think that came later down. No, one of them was the stain lifter because that was a commercial. It lifted out the stain.
Era was a stain lifter, but it was also a detergent.
Yeah, Ajax was one too. Remember that?
Ajax. Okay. There's more. I mean, come on, man.
Whisk.
Yeah. What else?
God.
Listen, man, y'all was watching Young and the Restless. Y'all was watching Young and the Restless. All My Children. As the World Turns. All that shit. You know what I mean? We ain't got no business acting like we. Oh damn! What happened to y'all? They go bye. They got cut off. Damn, and it's time to end the show. Damn, that's terrible. That's terrible. On the one night, I'm willing to go a little overtime. The one night, if only for what? My man Jay Sloan. My man Jay Sloan is in the house. What's going on, my dude? That's my brother right there. Bold. He said, what about bold? Damn. That's what I'm talking about.
You have a call from.
Yeah. You there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I'm only bringing y'all on here to end the show. Look, I'm only bringing y'all back on here to end the show anyway. But
you honestly think you would get away with us that quick?
I mean, you know, shit, I answered the phone, right? You know what I mean?
But remember, one more soap. So I remember we had neighbors who had the old school washing machine that was old to me in the 70s and 80s, where you put the clothes through a wringer, you got to turn this thing, and you got to keep putting it through to squeeze out the water, and it made the clothes real flat. But it was like this big barrel thing, and it had something stuck down in it, and you put the clothes through the string, and you had to roll it. They had this big bar of detergent, and that's what they used to wash. They would scrub the clothes with it, and then put it in the barrel thing, and let it switch around. No, they were. Listen, I don't want to talk about them bad because I remember when our washer broke down, we had to take our laundry over because they were close to my mother, and we would go over there and wash our clothes until she got our washing machine replaced. And I hated that. I was like, just wear dirty clothes.
Hey, son, I don't understand it, Kim. You know y'all could have just got another washing machine from Amway.
Shut the hell up, Troy.
Do y'all remember Surf?
Oh, shit, man.
Oh,
yeah, I remember Surf.
That's one, but we never used it, but I remember seeing it.
Ivory Snow?
That's it. Ivory Snow.
But that was for kids. That was for kids. That was for kids' clothes.
I used to wash my son's clothes in Ivory Snow.
Yeah, that was for kids.
So what? So Ivory Snow was like the Woolite of for kids' clothes and shit.
No, Woolite was for Woolite was for delicate.
Oh, here's one, Oxidol.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Oxidol.
I remember
I don't
Oxidol.
remember that.
You don't remember that?
No.
What was the one that said Ancient Chinese Secret?
Damn, what was that? Ancient Chinese Secret, huh?
It was such a racist commercial.
What was that though?
Fucking racist ass commercial.
I know.
Calgon. It was Calgon.
Was it?
Yes, because I'm looking at it right here. I just pulled it up.
Oh
You know,
shit.
they still have the disrespectful commercial.
Calgon, take me away, baby. Take me away. Oh shit. Look, Fab, Sun. Damn.
There it is. Look, it says the phrase ancient Chinese secret was a popular catchphrase used in old school Calgon detergent commercials from the 1970s.
All right, that was Calgon. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All I remember is Calgon, take me away.
God, it was such a racist commercial.
Ancient Chinese Secret, huh?
But it was in the damn laundry.
Look. Hold on. Them chicks was jerking us back in the day and shit. Motherfuckers was they was selling us that bullshit back in the day. Ancient Chinese Secret, huh?
And we were all walking around saying it too.
So, white lady couldn't even wash her own goddamn clothes. Now explain that shit.
And then you got Kim was living next to the Waltons. She living next to the Waltons. Talking about they was washing their clothes with a brick of damn detergent.
Hey.
That was a brick of detergent.
That was the original. Hey, Troy, that was the original Stonewash.
I've never in my life heard of a brick of detergent.
But that was the original Stonewash before Acid Wash jeans came out and shit.
It must have been when Toby and Cooper Kente went to go get the brick. The fuck?
We always bought our detergent, but they showed us you gotta use the
You never heard of a brick of detergent. Look, Google that and say, was there ever a brick of detergent and what was it called?
It was like a big. Let me see if I can find it.
What was a brick of detergent?
All right, go ahead and find it. Then we up out of here. It's 4:15.
I know I got to be up in like 3 hours.
You got to go to work in 3 hours.
Yep.
Damn. Well, you already did your PowerPoint presentation. I mean, shit, you get to work
Shut the
tomorrow.
hell up, Troy. I think it's this Zote. Maybe it's that.
What is it
It
called?
look like it. ZOTE. That's probably it because it's like $1.29 now. So it's probably.
I never heard of that. I never heard of it.
I never
I don't know
heard
what
of
it
that.
was, but it was a big brick of laundry detergent. It looked like a big, thick bar of soap. And they used it. They would take their hands and put it down, and they would scrub it, and then put the clothes.
This is a black family.
You know what I didn't see on here? Arm and Hammer. Arm and Hammer.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about
Well,
that.
see, but some of them detergents was later in the years, man, like in the late 80s. Like Arm& and Hammer was one of the late '80s ones.
That
Oh,
wasn't out.
yeah.
That wasn't out in the 70s.
No.
Oh, all right. So, but you could just throw the what do you call it? The baking soda. Throw the baking soda in the water. That should get your clothes clean and shit.
Oh, we always put baking soda in the water too. Baking soda or peroxide and the detergent.
Yeah.
Well, y'all got understand. Listen, baking soda, peroxide, but I've never heard of a brick of detergent.
Well, they had it. I didn't know it till we went over there and saw it. They told us what it was. It was new to me too. And I've never known anybody to use it except for them.
Well, I mean, they might have created their own fucking detergent.
Man, they were a different level of poor. That's just an honest truth. And God rest their souls. Their daughters, I love them to death. And the parents had a different life. And they were just a different level of poor that I had never. That's the first time I even recognized somebody.
Well, that's what happened on the planet of Indiana.
Shut the hell up. There's poor everywhere.
All right, y'all. It's 4:16. I want to thank y'all for calling in. Thanks for the late night old school, rundown or whatever. Appreciate y'all. We will be back tomorrow night, Thursday. This Wednesday thing is over. It's all over, man. You either got to go to work or go to bed.
I guess tomorrow we're gonna talk about cough syrups.
We should. Peace. Love your fam. Stay safe.
Love y'all too.
All right, peace, y'all.
All right.
That was actually fun. I didn't expect it to go that way. But yeah, social media has had an impact on all of that. You know what I mean? The way things are advertised. People like T. Carey Wright would know about that. You know about it. Y'all influencer cats. Influencer people. All right, let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious April 15th. No. April 16th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. My girl, go get a Brandy, yeah. And also, my girl going all the way back to like the 1982. Rasheen Charnett. My man Jason Sloan. I know he knows her. I think that was one of his classmates. And also Sabrine Williams and Lachelle McGee. Daryl Lackey. Jeanette Oliveira. Keisha Sunshine Stovall Beatty. Stacy Reeves, and she's raising money for the American Heart Association. Protect that muscle. And also Latara Edwards, Hakeem Hamilton, Jaylene Pierre-Louis, Patricia Moss, and last but not least, my girl Sherelle Flagg. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all, and I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious April 16th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. A rock out. Rock on and do the damn to rock out. Rock on and do the damn rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and go. Yo, I said, go hard, go for yours, and remember, yeah, back in the day, yeah, farther into September, we didn't have social media, didn't have that type of crowd. We had to scream out real loud. if we wanted the attention, get an extension. Sometimes we had to stay after school, set the tension. Yo, if you was bad or good, only a couple of people knew about it, and you never knew they would be telling everybody. But now everything is on a camera, phone, and they can't leave you alone. So you got beat up in the fight 5 years ago. That shit is lasting for another 50 years, you know. And everybody thinks that you're real soft, and just to combat that shit, you might go online and go off, making somebody else a victim. Yeah, yo, you couldn't beat them, so you had to stick them. You got the gun, got the burner, had to learn a lot of lessons. Yeah, you was the type that always block your blessings. But I'ma tell you like this, young boy. Yo, you wasn't put on this life for that type of thing to be going on. Yo, slow it down. You know how we do it when it's time to really fuck around. Slow your roll. Yo, get a little control. Only let the kind of light in that you want to shine when it's your time. Yo, don't let it be blind. Yo, it's time for you. Yo, get that real shine on. And I'm going to make sure from the day I was born, I'm going to teach these lessons and never block the blessings. And I'm on some other type shit. I'm still hitting. Yeah, I turn on the social media, yeah, and get quick. I like to, socialize and like the network and make sure I get this money and increase my net worth. But I'm ready for the blessings that I'm about to be given. Yo, no matter what happens, I'm living larger, Charles and Charger, doing all kinds of things that I say Charger, I mean Challenger. Going a little bit faster, Hellcat. What is you talking about? Yo, I would say the hell at. All right, let's go. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow. We don't have to sing or be in no kind of sorrow. Everything is going to work out. Yo, pull your pants down. Time to jerk. No. Hit the like button, y'all. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And like I said, peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. Let me just do the results of this poll, because this was an easy one. Do you think that social media has changed for the worse since they have been paying people? 70% said yes. Out of 30 people polled, 70% said yes. 7% says no, it has always been bad. Only 7% says no, it has always been bad. Wow. 10% says people are getting paid? Like what? I know. Where can I get a check? And 13% said people should get paid for posting. I ain't even mad at that. I ain't mad at that at all. Get your coins. Get your money. Get your Skrilla. Get it at Willa. I'm gonna holler back at y'all, man. Y'all have a good night. Be safe. And whatever you do, do it to death. From the time you close your eyes for the last time, take a breath. Breathe out, breathe in. Emily Dunlap just came in. It's time to be out. I'll holler. Peace, y'all.